Very fortunate to beat a really good basketball team tonight, having won 7 in a row with 4 seniors on their team, as well as they've been playing here lately. We knew that it was going to be a heck of a challenge. I thought that, we challenged our younger guys to play for our seniors. I thought they did a good job of that. Really, our guys have a great deal of respect for our 4 seniors. Played with great team attitude, and I thought played with great effort. And we had some really good individual performances, but I think that the thing that stood out was we put together a complete game for the first time in a while, both ends of the floor, both offensively and defensively, and it was going to take every bit of that to beat a very good and well-coached Akron basketball team.
Coach, the team has struggled to play consistent stretches of basketball, to play complete games like you just said, and have blown some halftime leads before. So going in up 22, what did you say to the guys to make sure that they stayed on it tonight?
Didn't do much different than we normally do, to be honest with you. Talked about a couple defensive keys, a couple offensive keys, wanted to get them out, to get them warmed up so that we could have a great start to the second half. Our guys are smart. They know that a big step for us was to continue to get better at rebounding the ball and continue to get better at playing more consistently in stretches of the game, where we had played some games here recently, Vince, where we had played really well for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we needed to try to put a 40-minute game together. Fortunately, we were able to do that tonight.
DJ, how big was the basket looking tonight? You were dialed in, to say the least, from long range.
I just got in a little rhythm. I feel like I credit my team. They've been playing great for so many games. Teams been going under on me, so they don't want to leave. DeVaughn and Tommy and Nick. So I give them credit for that.
So you were looking for the outside jumper early in the game because of the way teams have been playing you guys the last couple.
I wasn't looking for it. I just felt like that's what they were giving me.
DeVaughn, talk about the inside play. You guys out-rebounded 40-21. Talk about how you guys were able to manhandle inside.
I think rebound was a key for the game, one of the coach's keys for the game. I think he did a good job of emphasizing that to us, that if we wanted to win the game, we just had to rebound.
It seemed like their 2 post guys were going at you guys pretty early, but that changed. It seemed like, what changed on defense with you guys now, you and Evo?
We always play, we just always do what we do anyways, regardless of what they're doing. So I think we got a little bit more help from the guards digging, and just did a good job of walling up, and they just missed some shots, I guess.
DeVaughn, the first play after halftime was that big alley-oop. Coming out the way sometimes second halves are gone off the bat. How big was it to get that big energy play right off the bat to keep the foot on the pedal?
I think it was big for us. I think it might have just brought their morale down a little bit, but I think we did a good job just keeping our foot on the pedal in the second half and finishing the game well.
DJ, it was an 18-18 game at one point. What led to that big explosion at the end of the first half when you guys really blew it open?
We pulled stops together, consecutive stops, and then our bigs did a good job of containing their bigs. They've been on the road, they've been pretty hot, but we came down and did a little bit and forced a few turnovers and just got out in transition.
It was senior night. How good did it feel to set up Tunji for a couple of those layups in that big swing part of the ball game?
I felt good. Tunji's appreciative. He wouldn't even care if I would pass the ball or not to him. But I felt good, because he brings it every day, no matter if he's getting in the game or not.
DeVaughn, the Ozone was a little extra packed tonight. How fun is it to play in front of a real juice crowd like that?
I think it's always fun to play in front of a crowd like the Ozone. We got pretty good pretty good student section. I think probably the best in the MAC. And I just appreciate it for over 4 years. I guess kind of been one of the fan favorites, I guess, with the Dunks or whatever. But I've been really appreciative over the 4 years of the Ozone, and just all the fans we have, and all our support staff, and all the support we get.
DeVaughn, another big rebounding advantage for you guys. It's been kind of becoming a theme here recently. What has been the biggest change for you guys on the glass?
I think we're doing a better job of just pursuing the ball. Boxing out's not enough, so I think we've just been doing a way better job at pursuing it.
Coach, DJ now is 6 points away from 1,000. Obviously, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but for a guy who's not really that score-first kind of guy, what's that say about how well-rounded he is as a player?
Well, I mean, it's a tremendous feat, obviously, as young a player as he is. He'll be the first to tell you, and he has the ability to do both. And there's games where you take the two Akron games and contrast them. We played him in game one, and they doubled him a lot. Ran and jumped him a lot, and I can't remember what his assist total was, but it was high. 15, thank you. And then tonight, like he said, I mean, he just kind of took what they gave him. I thought they did a good job. Even Tommy's threes tonight were heavily challenged. He was hard to get a clean look off. Nick got some clean ones early, and then after that, he didn't get as many clean ones off either. So, he just kind of takes advantage of what's out there. And I think maybe the better question, or answer would be that he has the ability to be able to do both, which makes him dangerous, and consequently, our team dangerous at that position.
Coach, could you follow up, and when DJ's hitting like that from the outside, how tough of a guard is that if you're on the other side? The guy that can penetrate and find other guys, and you have that element. Yeah,
it's difficult. It's hard right now. I mean, we've got a good offensive basketball team. I don't know who's going to score double figures on a given night. I hope it's several guys. We've got, I think, 5 guys averaging double figures in MAC play. We're a much better offensive team than we were earlier in the season. We have different ways that we can score it, and I think that puts, at least I would, if I was on the other side scheming or planning for us, it's like, what do you take away? I mean, teams have done a lot of different things, these guys will tell you, throughout the year. I mean, sometimes they double their post, sometimes they play these guys one-on-one, sometimes they made him score, sometimes they made him a passer, sometimes they choose to get in rotation, which leaves Tommy and Nick out there standing behind the three-point line a lot. So we're fortunate in that we've got a nice blend of guys that bring some strengths and attributes to the table. And I've also got, honestly, a team that's very unselfish. It's one thing to have those attributes and talents, but if you have 1 or 2 guys out there that are about themselves and won't move the ball, then you're not going to be as efficient offensively. We've got guys on our team, they move the ball. I mean, they pass it, share it, take advantage of how the defense is playing it. And I think that's why we've been effective on offense.
Coach, back-to-back years now, starting to click late in the season. Obviously, last year with the run of the NCAA tournament. This year, things started to really turn around with the 5-game winning streak. Is there a similarity between this year and last year? Is there something different that's the reason why you guys are clicking at this time, maybe a little bit earlier than last year?
Brian, I would say, obviously, it's a completely different team. It's a completely different year. I think the one similarity would be that I've got a lot of guys on this team that were part of what happened last year. So they know that that's possible, which then in turn gives them confidence that it can happen. So I think that may be the one thing. But our team's different this year. We're different. We've had to work on some different things to get better, and these guys have done that. And I can't emphasize enough, and I said it on the radio. Sometimes people get tired of me saying it, and they think it's coach speak or cliche deal. But we've just kind of taken one day at a time. We don't talk about seeding or brackets or home or away, or these guys tell me don't talk about that stuff. Tomorrow, right now, we'll give them their schedule here in a little bit, and tomorrow we'll worry about tomorrow, and then we'll worry about the next day, and we'll give ourselves hopefully 2 great days of effort and preparation, and give ourselves an opportunity hopefully to have a chance to win on Friday night. And that's how we've been attacking it. We really have. That's the honest truth, and so we're going to continue to do that. That's worked for us.
Good. Jason? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we go,